I want to stop war. Well, don't fight then. Don't fight. If they don't fight and they don't fight, where's the war? It's used to say in the 60s, what if we had a war and no one turned up? No fripping war. And you know, support our troops, they tell us. The people who say that in the dark suits are sending young kids to the slaughter just to serve their bloody agenda. That's how much they want to support our troops. Sodom. They never fight the wars. Have you noticed that? George Bush declares a war. George Bush declares a war. If he'd have been on the front line when the first bullet was fired in Iraq, he'd have been under a bed in Houston when the second bugger went off. These people don't fight wars. They send young people to fight bloody wars. When they don't, there's no bloody war. That's what we need to do. And it's like religions. So, you know, the guy in another country, the leader, he sends his youth off to war. This guy in this country sends this youth off to war. The two youth fight each other. For what? For two pairs of prats with an agenda that they even know about, probably. If we can move our point of observation from in this world to the out-of-body state, then we change our reality. And in an out-of-body state, we ask ourselves, so often, you know, I say this, what would change this world dramatically overnight is if everyone started doing what they knew to be right instead of what they thought was right for them in the moment. What a transformation that would be. All the time, we intuitively know what is right, but it's like, yeah, but what are the consequences for me? What are the consequences for me, or what's stopping this transformation of this world happening? Because, oh yeah, I think it's unjust, but if I do something about the unjustness of this, what will be the consequences for me? People say to me all the time, insiders, look, I'll give you this information, but ooh, you know, don't mention my name, will you? All right, I'll do it then. And when we get to that point where we're doing what we know to be right, instead of doing what we think is right for us in the moment, then everything changes. And what is right for us in the moment? Only what body consciousness thinks it is. In the out-of-body state, when we're in that state, are we saying, oh my goodness me, I ain't half glad that I didn't do what was right there, because I'd have had a bit of a problem here? No, we'd have said, oh, we should have done what was right there, because that was the right thing to do. That's the point of observation when we're out of this program reality. As Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Injustice for people we don't like is just as important as injustice against people we do. What would oneness do? That's the question. If we were in that oneness state, what would it do in this situation? Would it say, what are the consequences for me, or would it do what it believed to be right? As this man said, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Well, okay, that's changed the bloody world straight away. As Martin Luther King said, cowardice asked the question, is it safe? Expediency asked the question, is it politic? Vanity asked the question, is it popular? But conscience asked the question, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic nor popular, but one must take it because it is right. Infinite love, infinite consciousness, the existence of an infinite consciousness is the only truth. Everything else is illusion. It's the imagination of that consciousness made manifest. Gandhi said, strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable spirit, an inspirable will. And that's the will to do what we know to be right, both for ourselves and for the greater good, because we are ourselves and we are the greater good. Getting out of this thing, fearing what other people think, fearing our shadow, fearing anything. We are infinite consciousness, having it experience. There's nothing to survive, there is nothing to fear. This is our natural state. It's about time we went back to it. As William Reich said, so I started off with this, we should not fear to enter a forest because there are wildcats in the trees. We should not yield our right to well-controlled speculation. It is certain questions entailed in such speculation which administrators of established knowledge fear. But in entering the cosmic age, we should certainly insist on the right to ask new, even silly questions without being molested. We must take that right. You want to laugh at me? Good, have a good laugh. Pleased for you. You want to condemn me for what I'm saying because it's outside the norm? Great, fine. You have a right to say that. I have a right to say this. Everyone's a winner. This is what's happening now. We're starting to wake up, and we have the opportunity now. It's a wonderful time to be alive because all these things are coming together in this point we call time, where we have the opportunity to break out of this cycle of mental and emotional imprisonment. We're being offered the key with knowledge, with understanding, with the gathering, opening awareness, and with the energy change that's underpinning that. It's now a time for us to decide if we're going to take the key and turn it, with all the implications that has for the challenges in this reality. But my goodness me, the freedom of becoming and returning to the true magnitude of who we are and leaving behind this false identity that we have been manipulated to believe is us. There it is. There's the key for everyone, all of us, me too, to go like that. It's up to all of us to choose if we're going to do it. It's about time we did, I feel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.